Manhattan, a shimmering island where the skyline is as diverse as its inhabitants, stands as a vivid embodiment of contrasts. Here, in the financial, cultural, and political heart of New York City, unfathomable wealth rubs shoulders with the grit and grind of everyday struggle. Indeed, it's a place where the dreams of the ambitious are as towering as the skyscrapers. Here, and the sweat of hard work paves the streets with stories of success and failure alike. And in this vibrant social hierarchy, the concept of old money holds a special allure. Unlike the flashy fortunes of new wealth, old money whispers of generational wealth, steeped in tradition and understated elegance. It's a legacy passed down through time, embodying values of discretion, heritage, and an unwavering sense of class. And central to this old money ethos is the personal aesthetic choice of real estate and architecture. A grand residence for those of long-standing wealth isn't merely a home, it's a statement of history, stability, and a connection to a past that newer money can only aspire to. But nowhere is this more apparent than in the stately mansions of Manhattan. These architectural marvels, nestled in the bustling epicenter of the city, are not just homes, but landmarks of a bygone era. In today's episode, we offer a glimpse into a world where old money is not just a term, but a living, breathing presence, by taking you through a grand tour of the 15 most unbelievable old money Manhattan mansions. First on our list of the most unbelievable Manhattan mansions, the Harry Sinclair house, a gem of French Gothic revival, stands proudly. Conjured from the creative genius of C.P.H. Gilbert, the mansion was initially a playground for Isaac D. Fletcher, a tycoon with a finger in every pie, banking, brokering, and railroads. But as fortunes roll like dice, the home soon found itself in the hands of Harry Sinclair, an oil baron with a penchant for the dramatic. And Sinclair, the mastermind behind Sinclair Oil, wasn't just your garden variety tycoon. He became infamous for his starring role in the Teapot Dome scandal, a bribery saga that rocked President Warren G. Harding's administration. Despite a stint behind bars, Sinclair waltzed back to his lavish life, seemingly unfazed living out his days amid the opulence of his soon-to-be iconic home. Built in 1898, this beautiful house was once dubbed a fairy tale palace by the New York Times, and it is indeed a wonderful sight to behold. A miniature French Gothic chateau, not lost in the sprawling countryside but thriving amidst the concrete jungle of New York City, with a limestone facade isn't just another face in the crowd. It's a Gothic masterpiece, with details that could make the most jaded of New Yorkers pause and gaze. Shifting focus to another industrial juggernaut, Ralph Lauren, we look at some homes synonymous with this emperor of elegance and a visionary who reinvented the way we perceive fashion. Lauren, never one to be confined to the catwalks, cast his discerning eye on the stately mansions of Manhattan, envisioning them not merely as structures but as vast canvases to express the essence of his brand. Consider the Rhinelander Mansion, a crown jewel in Lauren's empire. This architectural marvel, inspired by the regal chateau of France's Loire Valley, was originally commissioned by the enigmatic heiress Gertrude Rhinelander Waldo. Ironically, Waldo chose to reside elsewhere, leaving the mansion unoccupied until its transformation in 1921 into a mix of retail and residential spaces. Indeed, over the years it hosted various businesses, from an antique shop to Christie's auction house, and even a restaurant under Zebar's ownership. And Lauren, while not its creator, infused this historical gem with a new vigor, converting it into a flagship store that subtly exudes opulence and loudly proclaims fashion. Completed in 1898, the same year as Sinclair's residence, the Rhinelander Mansion boasted features from grandiose halls to its own personal bowling alley. Now, it stands not just as a retail space, but as a preserved emblem of Lauren's commitment to harmonizing historical architecture with contemporary branding. Stroll down the memory lane of Manhattan's architectural splendors and you'll bump into the Warburg Mansion, another feather in the cap of C.P.H. Gilbert. This chateau-style beauty isn't just a feast for the eyes, it's a living tribute to the Warburg family's philanthropic spirit. Originally, this was the personal playground of Felix M. Warburg, a German-born banker who knew a thing or two about luxury. Tragically, in October 1937, the halls of the Warburg House echoed with sorrow as Felix Warburg passed away from a heart attack within its walls. In a testament to enduring love and legacy, his will entrusted his share of the mansion to his wife, Frida. Amidst the turmoil of the 1930s, Frida Warburg held the fort, providing refuge in the mansion to a son and relatives fleeing the horrors of Nazi Germany. But the mansion's doors didn't close to the world. Instead, they opened to pivotal gatherings, like the 1938 meeting of the National Council for Jewish Women. Then, in a gesture of profound generosity, on the 14th of January 1944, Frida Warburg gifted the mansion to the Jewish Theological Seminary of America, marking what would have been Felix Warburg's 73rd birthday. Today, a journey through its corridors is a walk through the annals of history. The mansion's original plaster mouldings and rich wood panelling still stand, each corner and crevice echoing the generous spirit of the Warburg family. Now, let's shift our gaze to the Marble Twins. If you've ever wondered how the filthy rich lived during New York City's Gilded Age, look no further. These Fifth Avenue beauties, birthed by Hunt and Hunt, were the epitome of French Renaissance revival style, practically dripping with Vanderbilt wealth and prestige. In a dramatic twist of fate, the late 1960s witnessed a transformation within these walls as Olympic Airlines, the flagship carrier of Greece, took over. The first floor was a spectacle of elegance, with marble walls and polished hardwood floors setting the stage. And it was adorned with two stunning tile mosaics, one portraying Phaethon, the mythological son of Helios, and the other a radiant depiction of the sun illuminating a quaint village in the Aegean Sea. The second floor was a bustling hub of activity, housing the airline's reservations area. Here, visitors were greeted with displays of flight information and an 80-seat showroom, showcasing the latest in in-flight travel equipment. And the third floor was reserved for the airline's staff, a hive of administrative activity. Above, the fourth and fifth floors were dedicated to communications machinery and general offices, ensuring the smooth operation of the airline's vast network. The remaining structure, however, stands tall, a lone Vanderbilt sentinel on Fifth Avenue, just a stone's throw from Central Park. This remaining marvel isn't just a building, it's a tangible slice of the Gilded Age, a time when opulence wasn't just a choice, but a way of life for the elite. Perched on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, at 1048 Fifth Avenue, the William Starr Miller Mansion is a grand spectacle of the Gilded Age's lavishness. The mansion, a brainchild of the esteemed Beaux-Arts architectural firm Carrere and Hastings, saw its completion in 1914. The man behind this design wonder was none other than William Starr Miller II, a New York industrialist and real estate tycoon. The mansion's design, a nod to the Louis XIII style, is a shining example of Beaux-Arts architecture in Manhattan. And the mansion isn't just a pretty face. Its history is as rich as its design. Before Miller's grand project, the site was home to David Mayer, a founder of the David Mayer Brewing Company. After Miller's passing in 1935, the mansion played host to Grace Vanderbilt, wife of Cornelius Vanderbilt III, and later the YIVO Institute for Jewish Research. In 1994, the mansion changed hands, becoming the property of art dealer Serge Sabarsky and cosmetics tycoon Ronald S. Lauder. The building underwent a full makeover under the watchful eye of German architect Annabel Seldorf, restoring it to its original glory. Today, the mansion is home to the Neue Galerie, a museum dedicated to early 20th century German and Austrian art and design. Next on our list, in the heart of Upper Manhattan, lies Hamilton Grange, the singular home that Alexander Hamilton, the founding father without a father, could call his own. Sprung from the creative mind of John Macomb Jr., this federal-style abode was birthed in 1802, embodying the sophistication and flair of the era. The Grange, a nod to Hamilton's paternal Scottish roots, encapsulates more than mere brick and mortar. It's a vivid echo of a fledgling nation's aspirations. Picture this: 1801, Hamilton, fresh from crafting the financial backbone of a newborn country, decides to plant his roots on a sprawling 32-acre estate. Yet fate, with its cruel sense of irony, allowed him merely 2 years to bask in his domestic haven. The infamous 1804 duel with Aaron Burr cut his story short, but his legacy was far from over. His wife, Elizabeth, a woman of unwavering strength, kept the home's hearth burning for 3 decades. She lived there for another 30 years, ensuring that the Hamilton flame never flickered. Fast forward to today, Hamilton Grange stands not just as a structure, but as a portal to the past. Here, nestled among the echoes of history, we can truly grasp Hamilton's monumental role in sculpting the United States and molding New York City into the powerhouse it is today. In the distinguished enclave of Manhattan's Upper East Side, at 421 East 61st Street, the Mount Vernon Hotel Museum stands as a beacon of history. This building, and with its origins tracing back to 1799, began its journey as a carriage house, nestled within a vast 23-acre estate. In 1826, a transformation occurred, and the structure blossomed into the Mount Vernon Hotel, a sanctuary for New Yorkers desiring a respite from the city's frenetic energy. Today, this museum is more than a mere building. It's a living chronicle of New York City's historical leisure and hospitality scene. As one of the scant pre-19th century structures still gracing Manhattan, it offers an invaluable peek into a period long past. The museum not only provides educational and engaging tours for visitors and students, but also serves as a picturesque venue for private events. Its meticulously preserved house and gardens are a harmonious blend of the historical and the aesthetic, providing a serene escape from the modern city hustle. Further along, at 1 East 78th Street, the James B. Duke Mansion looms as a symbol of Manhattan's grandeur and historical architecture. This stately Manhattan mansion, once the home of James B. Duke, a giant in the realms of tobacco and electric power, epitomizes the height of luxury. Entrusted to the architectural brilliance of Horace Trumbauer, the mansion was fashioned in the likeness of French chateaux, with a special nod to the elegance of Chateau La Bottière in Bordeaux. Erected between 1909 and 1912, the mansion presents a facade of limestone, artfully crafted to appear as a humble 2-story building from the street. Yet, within its walls lies a world of opulence and splendor. After Duke's demise in 1925, the mansion was the residence of his wife Nanaline and daughter Doris until 1958, when they graciously bequeathed it to New York University. Today, the mansion is not just an architectural marvel, it's the vibrant heart of NYU's Institute of Fine Arts, a cornerstone in the cultural and educational landscape of Manhattan. The Schinasi Mansion, a veritable jewel in Manhattan's crown, holds the title of being the last freestanding mansion in this bustling metropolis. This architectural marvel, built for the Turkish tobacco tycoon Morris-Jumel, serves as a magnificent reminder of the lavish lifestyles and global influences that shaped the early 20th century. And William Tuthill, the creative genius behind the world-renowned Carnegie Hall, lent his expertise in designing this exquisite structure. It proudly showcases the French Renaissance style, an unusual choice in a city where modern skyscrapers and contemporary designs dominate the skyline. Not just another grand building, the Schinasi Mansion narrates a story of luxury, culture, and architectural finesse. The intricate details of its design reflect a deep appreciation for artistic mastery, an element that Tuthill was known for. From the ornate facades to the gracefully curved windows, each aspect of the mansion was meticulously crafted, ensuring that it stood as a symbol of elegance and grandeur. Now, let's stroll uptown to Harlem, where the Bailey Mansion stands tall, a grand limestone beacon of Harlem's richly layered history. Perched at the intersection of 10 St. Nicholas Place and West 150th Street, within the famed Sugar Hill neighborhood, this mansion is not just a building, but a symbol of Harlem's once lavish lifestyle. Built for none other than James Anthony Bailey of Barnum and Bailey Circus fame, it's a structure that whispers tales of extravagance and showbiz. And the architectural melange that is the Bailey Mansion is the brainchild of Samuel Burridge Reed. A fusion of Romanesque revival and Queen Anne's styles, this mansion is more than just a feast for the eyes. With its Flemish-style gables and commanding corner tower, the exterior is a prelude to the opulent, hand-carved timber interiors. And let's not overlook the stained glass windows, a cousin of Louis Comfort Tiffany's work, adding a touch of colour and class. But the mansion's journey through time is as rich as its architecture. Once a funeral home under the stewardship of Marguerite Blake, it changed hands in 2009 for a cool $1.4 million. The current owners, Martin and Jenny Spollen, embarked on a mission to restore this 29-room marvel. Their efforts mirror Harlem's own resurgence, a dedication to bring back the splendor of this historic jewel. Nestled in the vibrant heart of Midtown Manhattan at 653 Fifth Avenue, you'll find the Cartier Building, a symbol of luxury and elegance. This architectural gem, born not from the imagination of Pierre Cartier, but from the ambition of American magnate Morton F. Plant, was unveiled in 1905. And its neo-Renaissance design, a masterpiece of Robert W. Gibson, sets it apart in the bustling urban tapestry. Now, the area surrounding Fifth Avenue, stretching from 42nd Street to Central Park South, was largely undeveloped until the late 19th century. This land, once a part of New York City's common grounds, was transformed by the Commissioner's Plan of 1811, which introduced the iconic Manhattan street grid. Post-Civil War, this area blossomed into an enclave of upscale residences. Notably, in 1882, the Vanderbilt family erected 3 grand mansions along Fifth Avenue, turning this stretch into the prestigious Vanderbilt Row. By the dawn of the 20th century, this section of Fifth Avenue was evolving into a commercial hotspot. And the story of how Cartier came to own this building is nothing short of fascinating. In a departure from typical financial transactions, the building was acquired in exchange for a magnificent double-stranded natural pearl necklace. Today, with its stately pavilion and a secretive attic hidden within a frieze, it stands as Cartier's flagship store in New York. It has undergone numerous renovations over the years, reflecting the changing tides of ownership and the dynamic nature of Manhattan's architectural landscape. A stone's throw away from the Cartier Building, at 1009 Fifth Avenue, the Duke-Semans Mansion, an exquisite piece of architectural artistry, once housed tobacco mogul Benjamin N. Duke. This mansion, situated on the southeast corner with 82nd Street, is a rare surviving private mansion on Fifth Avenue. Constructed between 1899 and 1901 by Welch, Smith and Provot, it initially sported a Beaux-Arts exterior and French Renaissance interior. And its facade, divided into a picturesque arrangement of bays, is crowned with a mansard roof, offering vistas of Central Park and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Now, the 1990s saw the mansion's division into 3 apartments, expanding to 12 bedrooms and 14 bathrooms by the 2010s, and the mansion's journey is deeply entwined with the Duke family, transitioning from Benjamin to James Duke, then to Benjamin's son, Angier Buchanan Duke, and subsequently to other relatives. In 2006, the mansion was acquired for $40 million by Tamir Sapir, an American real estate titan, but by 2015, it was on Sotheby's listings for a staggering $80 million. Next on our list, we step into the Carnegie Mansion, a stunning relic of America's Gilded Age and era when industry barons like Andrew Carnegie reigned supreme. This legendary home, a bold departure from the then trendy New York neighborhoods, is a testament to Carnegie's foresight. And with its pioneering steel frame structure and sprawling gardens, it was a harbinger of modernity in the early 20th century. Imagine, one of the first American homes boasting a steel skeleton and an Otis elevator. It housed the very symbols of industrial innovation. And this Georgian-style English country house, a brainchild of Babb, Cook and Willard, was Carnegie's kingdom until his demise in 1919, and thereafter his wife Louise's, until her passing in 1946. The mansion, now a beacon of design as the Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum, was etched into history as a National Historic Landmark in 1966. It stands not just as a building, but as a silent chronicler of an era of industrial titans. Now, we pivot to the Morris-Jumel Mansion, an 18th-century historical gem in Upper Manhattan's Washington Heights. As the oldest standing residence in Manhattan, it's a portal to a different chapter of American history. Built around 1765, this mansion served as a summer retreat for British Colonel Roger Morris and his family, their wealth enabling its construction with the finest architectural features of the time. And the mansion's design, a blend of Georgian Palladian and Federal styles, introduced North America to new architectural concepts, including a prominent portico, a unique serving alcove, and an octagonal wing, revolutionary for the colonies. This historic abode also played a pivotal role in the American Revolutionary War, serving as George Washington's headquarters in 1776 and during his first presidential term in 1790. Next, the Jumels, who bought the mansion in 1810, added their touch with extensive renovations. Today, under New York City's stewardship, the mansion operates as a museum. It not only offers self-guided tours, but also hosts community events, allowing the public to step back in time. Perched elegantly between 70th and 71st Street on Manhattan's Upper East Side, the Henry Clay Frick House is a dazzling gem of Gilded Age luxury and Beaux-Arts design. Crafted between 1912 to 1914 by the titan of industry, Henry Clay Frick, this mansion was meticulously designed as a grand stage for his extensive art collection. Frick dedicated over 4 decades to amassing an art collection that spanned sculptures, drawings, prints, and a diverse array of decorative arts, including exquisite furniture, porcelains, enamels, and even sumptuous rugs and silver. Today, this grand mansion is the heart of the Frick collection, proudly displaying 137 original paintings left by Frick, supplemented by over 50 additional masterpieces acquired subsequently. And its elevated garden is a serene oasis, marked by 3 stately magnolia trees. Inside, 16 permanent galleries unfold, each presenting artworks in a manner that transcends time and geography, reflecting Frick's personal way of enjoying his beloved collection. The Frick collection is where art and architecture dance in perfect harmony, continuing to mesmerize visitors just as they did in its founder's era. And now, we'd like to see you in the comments. Which of these old money Manhattan mansions do you believe is the most breathtaking? We look forward to hearing a little bit about your personal taste below. Thanks again for joining us for another episode, and cheers until next time.